Let me introduce you to Bradford on Avon, a picturesque market town set in northwest Wiltshire. Its name derives from an Old English term meaning broad ford, suggesting part of the river where it is wide enough and shallow enough to allow carts and cattle to cross it throughout most of the year. There is evidence of a Roman settlement in the area in the 4th century AD. And the Saxons built their Church of St. Lawrence in the 8th century AD. It is one of the best preserved Saxon churches in the country, requiring very little renovation over the centuries. Bradford is recorded in the Domesday Book of 1086 as having a wooden pack-horse bridge. Across the road from the Saxon church lies Holy Trinity, which dates back to the 12th century. The Great Tithe barn is one of the largest in England, built to store the agricultural tithes due to the Abbey of Shaftesbury. Much of the medieval wealth of Bradford was based on the wool from the two breeds of Wiltshire sheep, the Wiltshire Down and the Wiltshire Horn. The weatherproof broadcloth from these fleeces was England's most important medieval manufacturing export, prized throughout Europe. It shifted the wealth from raw wool export to valued allied cloth production. It supported sheep farmers, spinners, weavers, fullers, dyers, and merchants, many of whom built impressive houses still found today in Bradford. In the 18th and 19th centuries, the river brought power and water to the ever-increasing number of mills built along its banks. Time moved on, and the arrival of the Kennet and Avon Canal brought coal and connection to London and Bristol. But it wasn't to last. Isambard Kingdom Brunel brought the Great Western Railway with its faster transportation of people and goods. He even designed the Grade 1 listed Bradford on Avon railway station. But let us slow down for a moment, leaving history behind, and explore Bradford in the 21st century. The canal has become part of Bradford's leisure industry, offering towpath walks, cycle routes, and pubs along the way. Weekly narrowboat hire can take you on through the centre of Bath onto Bristol. But let us get back to Bradford's river. At 83 miles long, the Avon is the 16th longest river in the UK, and yet from its source in the Western Cotswolds to the point where it joins the Severn at Avonmouth is only 19 miles. For all its attractions, Bradford is not a traffic-friendly town. In fact, there are times when even a kayak might prove to be a better form of transport from one end of the town to the other. Nevertheless, traffic will prevail. Which brings us to the town bridge, first built by the Normans in the 11th century. The bridge was widened in the 17th century, and a small chapel was also added at that time on the western side. The chapel later became the town's lockup, and the Methodist preacher John Wesley is reputed to have spent a night here. If you look carefully at the weather vane above the lockup, you will see that it is in the form of a copper fish, known as the Bradford gudgeon. This gives rise to the saying that anyone who had spent the night in the lockup had been over the water and under the fish. There are a number of good eating places in and around Bradford, but I have chosen to feature just two. The Bunch of Grapes on Silver Street is one of the oldest restaurants in the town, offering a wide range of breads and patisseries. While the restaurant at the back offers everything from an American breakfast of pancakes, streaky bacon and maple syrup to a 7-course taster menu in the evenings. At the southern end of the town bridge, a 17th century building houses Ravello's restaurant, where welcoming staff and a large menu offers a range of classic Italian dishes from risotto to pizza, pasta and saltimbocca. And even wonderful mussels. After a leisurely lunch, you could take in one of the many festivals of Morris dancing. You could even extend your stroll along the canal towpath 5 miles westward of Bradford to find the Dundas Aqueduct at Limpley Stoke. This Grade 1 listed structure carries the Kennet and Avon Canal over the River Avon, the railway, and the Somerset Coal Canal, where the Brassknocker Basin Marina offers even more waterborne activities. Where the Angelfish Cafe offers sustenance to hikers and cyclists alike. I hope you've enjoyed this introduction to Bradford on Avon, its history and its waterways. And while the Avon moves westward towards the Severn, the Kennet and Avon Canal moves eastward towards Reading and the Thames.